Hello and welcome to my very first YouTube talking chat. So as you can see, I've got what every YouTuber seems like they need, and that is some reflecting glasses. So from that you can see the camera that I'm using. So which is partly the topic of conversation today. Cameras and things, and I guess also just this simple YouTube journey that's beginning anyway. So I guess I've had a YouTube account for like most people. Maybe since you get a Gmail account years ago, you get a YouTube sort of linked with it. But I'd say I've posted videos of music things, probably for at least 12 years or so. Like there's a concert. Some concert footage. You can go check it out. But the idea of using this space for talking and chatting is kind of like a really new one, but something I've had in mind for a while. And the other aspect that I've been learning about, exploring, is just the camera situation itself. I mean, I've had DSLR cameras. I had a film camera many years ago. Like this is early 2000s, where you drop the film off, and I took it on tour a few times. Took a nice camera. I don't even know where those prints are. They're just, anything that's print from film just feels like in the pre-digital world, it's just gone. Who knows where it is? It's in boxes. Anyway, I had a DSLR camera. I think it was a Canon. Had a Canon camera for a while. Didn't really use it for video editing, but anyway. A couple of years ago when I worked on a film clip for one of my songs, which you can see on the channel as well. But I work with some great filmmakers from Brisbane, local folks, Vanessa and Dalsen and Tnee, Dyer, we worked on a film clip. And I guess just like seeing them with their gear, seeing all the gear they had, and then just going through the process of making that film clip and seeing them use it. It was just like, wow, this looks fun. But also massively daunting because, as you descend into the gear journey of film stuff, you soon realize, oh my God, like it's just a whole new world. There's not only with the camera itself, ISOs, frame rates, bit rate, lens styles, APS-C, full frame, shutter speed, blah, 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 you name it. Like it's just, there's this constant things to kind of consider. ND filters, gimbals, you name it. It's just been like almost like one thing after another that I'm kind of learning about. Speaking of which, check out the zoom lens. You can do that thing where you zoom out but zoom in at the same time. No, the other way. Oops, hang on, here, and I go. Anyway, dumb stuff like that. But anyway, so a couple of years ago, that led to the purchase of my first camera, which was this little guy. I'll check out that autofocus. Cover your eyes. Oh, look at that. Is it in focus? Eyes, camera, eyes, camera. This is the Sony ZV-E10, or as Mark Bennett calls, Little Dougie. And it was at the time when I got this, I had the tripod actually for a while for a GoPro. When I first got this, I was like, wow, man, look at this thing. It's huge. It does all sorts of crazy things. I thought the quality was pretty cool. The kit lens isn't that exciting. It was quickly replaced. So yeah, the journey began. It's like, oh wow, the lens is actually not very good. Maybe I need another one. So I bought this. So this is an APS-C kit lens from Sigma, 56mm, f1.4. which basically means it gives you that nice kind of separation between, basically the subject in focus with a blurry background. Yeah, and with that combo, that led to some cool things. Like I took some great photographs of that. Worked on another video project with Breanna Fielding, and that's on her YouTube channel. The clip we made. I think it looks pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. But then, I guess after a while, in seeing limitations of that camera, like this camera is ideal really for running around vlogging and things like that. Which is, when I upgraded to this thing I'm recording on now. Can you see it? Not really. I'll show it. I'll take another. I'll take some iPhone footage of the camera to insert as we're talking about it. But it's an A7S3, and I'm running a lens on it now. It's a 24 to 105 full frame lens, so it's massive. It's like this big. Full frame lenses cost lots of money, like we're talking like $1,000 and up. Like I think a 16 to 35 millimeter lens, it's going for like something like is it $2.5 grand or maybe even $3,000 for a lens, and that's just the beginning of what some of those lenses can be. So yeah, this small APS-C lens is much cheaper, much smaller. So I'm in the place. What does all this mean? Well, it basically, in summary, like for the last while, I've just been researching, like I must watch thousands of videos on YouTube about the comparison between cameras, the comparison between lenses. Mark Bennett, as mentioned before, is a great channel that does all sorts of comparisons of these things. So you spend ages, like, well, I do anyway. I spend ages researching, wondering about, what lens should I get? What do I need to do things? But that comes back to the thing of like, what do you actually want to do with it? So in part, like, on one hand, I do want to have something that is like this and very portable. The only thing about this guy is it doesn't record in S-Log3, so it's limited. It's limited to. It doesn't record S-Log3 like this camera does. So that just refers to like the dynamic range of the what's captured and how you can process it with filters and color grading. That's a whole nother subject, like DaVinci Resolve, color grading, editing things. That's a whole nother world. So yeah, I've been using DaVinci Resolve. I started with that, and then even downloaded CapCut, which is a free editing thing, and it's incredibly easy. It's so super easy for editing. So yeah, this is a bit of a slow ramble on the current state of things, but alongside this is we're currently we've just entered October, but for all of September last month, I made the decision to basically delete Instagram, actually deactivate my account from Instagram. I wanted to do it for the whole month, and I'm talking about 3 different accounts. So like a personal one, a music one, and there's another one I had for cycling things. And I got to say, like, the month of September not having Instagram has been just incredibly good. Like, I guess you go through the first week I went through the first week of, you kind of like, your brain patterns are still kind of wired to that habit, I suppose, of like, reaching for your phone, whatever. But then, initially I'm like, okay, cool. Let's replace it with something else, and maybe that's a book. Or I even started writing tunes, like because I'm a musician. I just sat down at the piano and like just started writing little pieces of things, and that's turned into some great new things that I'm really happy with. But in a sense, I think like the YouTube app, yet another app. I kind of return to that because like you kind of go down rabbit holes of following different things that are there. But I suppose I have found that in the YouTube space, like there's lots of really informative things. Like there's lots of learning that can take place, and I've been really interested in the filmmaking side of things. So that's why we're here. I hope to continue, I guess, putting into practice the things that I've been learning. And there's been, we're talking like a couple of years now of accumulating knowledge and ideas about all those things I've mentioned: lenses, cameras, frame rates, editing, color grading. And now I just want to enter the space of doing things. And so that's why we're here talking about, like, this is just a doing thing. This is part of the doing it, releasing it in whatever form it is. I mean, like I'm in a blank space. I've got some natural light coming through. I'm on a table. I'm actually at my brother's place, sort of house sitting just for a couple of days, which is super nice. It's so quiet up on the hill here in Sunshine Coast. Basically babysitting their dogs. Of course you want to see some dogs, right? Where are the doggies at? Let's go see. Doggies. Oh, look, here's the doggy. Doggy! I mean, how cute. Why wouldn't you? So yeah, back to the story. This is the first step in just doing something. And as I've been exploring like filmmakers on there's people doing incredible things on this space, and you hear so many stories about them. Even though my algorithm is constantly suggesting you need to buy this camera, you need to buy this lens, you need this lighting setup, blah 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 blah. That's kind of counteracted by people who are telling stories, making awesome videos with an iPhone or with the shittiest camera that they've got, and with a broken lens and all this kind of thing. So, yeah. So before I spend crazy dollars on crazy lenses and things like that, here we are, just making something with what I've got, which is actually already pretty awesome. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm going to sell this just because I'm going to try to actually use this bigger thing, this huge thing, for vlogging, and just have one camera to use. But yeah, that's the story for today. Bit of a ramble, but if you're interested in seeing other music things, go poke around the channel, and we'll see what happens with an update. Let me know what you think about these glasses. Peace.